is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Brandon. I love the way home.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and Girls Gone Hallmark love the way home.
I'm Dan, and Girls Gone Hallmark do love the way home, and that's good for you to know. And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, boy, oh,
Great
boy.
to
Big
be
fans
here.
of it out there.
Yeah.
We think that's great.
I bet you there's other podcasts that love it too, but we know it's documented that the Girls Gone Hallmark love the way
They're
home.
doing a great job
And we
covering
love
it.
them.
They're doing a
And
great
we
job
love
covering
them.
it.
Megan and Wendy are crushing it.
I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be doing this because after this, I get to eat my lunch.
Oh, wow. You haven't done that yet.
Well, I didn't have time.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, bud.
I'm excited to be here, though.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Eat my lunch.
Sounds,
Did you eat your lunch yet?
No, I don't know actually what I'm going to do.
I've not eaten lunch yet either.
So we're all in this
I
together.
had a protein bar.
Yeah. No, I snuck
What
that
could
in.
go?
real quick.
What could go wrong with us reviewing episode 2, season 4 of The
Hangry.
Way Home on empty stomachs?
Yeah.
It's gonna
It's
be good.
going to get our best.
Yeah.
It is great to be here. Once again, Rye Guy. Tell everybody about the thing that you were telling me before this we started recording.
I asked you. We were reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I asked you if I could curse,
Mhm.
and you said no. You said it depends.
It
What would have
depends.
been the scenario where I could
I
have?
want to know
Depends
what
on
you
the
wanted
word.
to say, but
Depends.
now
I
we're-
was gonna say I thought it would be funny.
Well, just like
Well,
censor yourself, but
In case.
yeah, I
just-
will. I don't want people to think that I craft these spontaneous moments ahead of time, right? I don't want the
No,
magic
you
to
don't
be
do
gone.
that.
But I thought it could have been funny if Bran was like, "I'll be Bran here for a second. All right, Ryan, it's time for the hot take. What'd you think
I mean,
of
if you're
Guardians?
gonna do me.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, you're a hard guy to impersonate. You have like a southern drawl, but just barely, you know? Like,
thanks.
all right, Ryan, what'd you think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? And then he would have kicked it to me, and I would have gone, yeah, Bran, this movie was horse bleep. And I thought I could have gotten Dan to laugh. I thought, like,
you would have
but
if you would have done that immediately,
Yeah.
you'd have got me.
yeah, but I know you'd have to definitely
no,
bleep
I
You
that
would
for
have
the
definitely
pod.
had to
Yeah.
bleep it.
No, I
Yeah, and so-
Would have been
the-
better
the-
bleeped even.
The
Would have been funnier.
depends was on the words.
Yeah.
Would that have been fine?
I get it now. It's all coming together.
Yeah,
No,
it's just like-
I think typically
We've never said that
No.
bleep on the show
No,
before.
not
No,
right.
no. We'll let some H's and D's
From derrieres.
slide by. Yeah. When we have to.
Well, I appreciate it. You saved me a little bit of time, and we had a nice thing to talk about here, so that's really fun. Today we are talking about The Way Home.
Speaking
season
of
4,
episode 2. HS.
Season 4, episode 2. It is. It's called "Blinded by the Light."
Blinded by the light. Oh, they're going to the 80s, like a
They
Bruce
don't care
Springsteen?
anymore. As we'll talk about, they don't pay attention to dates on this show.
Whatever.
The Way Home, season 4, episode 2. Are we ready to dive into
Let's
the
do it.
pond?
Sure.
Here we
I'm
go.
diving in.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
And what is that? The Sunday, April 27th, 26th.
26.
Sure.
26.
Blinded by the Light's in the 70s, so
Okay.
maybe it could
They
have been.
nailed it.
Yeah, it could have been there.
They nailed it.
Yeah.
And it went a little something like this. All right, Elliot is all sad. The pond didn't take him. Dell's going to help him through it. We see a flashback of teenage Elliot leaving the house. Dell and Colton are telling him that he's always welcome to stay. And as he walks away, Dell is like, we never should have let him leave. It's not what Tessa would have wanted. And Colton said, all we promised is that we would keep loving him. That's our promise. That's what we are going to do. Kat comes out of the pond in 1925. Fern says, I guess I shouldn't know when you are from, but I can ask why. Kat says that she's looking for Tessa Augustine. And she says, I do know some Augustines, but no Tessa. She asks Kat her name, and Fern says, I'll just call you Kitty Cat. Fern has the same conversation with Alice in 1976. Fern says that she hasn't seen anyone matching the description of Tessa. She takes Alice to the house, and Alice is like, why am I here? Fern is like, I have no idea why you're here, but it is time for my nap. Now, that's the Fern that I remember. In the 20s, Fern says that she's never time traveled. She has no interest in heading back in time. She's a modern girl. She only cares about the future. In fact, this is the first time she's ever come across a time traveler. She's very excited about this. Alice is walking down the streets, and Evelyn drives up. She's excited to see Kat again. Fern and Kat also walk down the street, and Fern gets a couple of Augustine boys to stop their car to pick them up. She asks them about Tessa, and they're both like, we have no idea who you're talking about. Alice gets to Coils, and Jasper gives her a welcome back milkshake. She asks if he knows a Tessa. He's like, sure don't. Back in the present, Elliot is looking at the pictures of him and his mom. The clock suddenly starts playing a song. When Dell shows up to check on him, she asks him to come with her. Alice is looking at a book of songs that were made in the area and comes across one from 1926. She picks up a guitar and starts playing it right then and there. Fern brings Kat to the newspaper where she's living and invites Kat to a get-together for the evening. Maybe Tessa will be there. Dell and Elliot fix something in the barn, and he tells her that he got his 5 more minutes with Colton right there at the barn. It meant a lot to him. Dell asks Elliot if Kat and him are still going to get married since she's time traveling. And he says, nothing can stop me from marrying that woman. Back in the 20s, Fern and Kat are getting changed for the party when Dan Janot walks in. Hey, Dan, what are you doing?
Dan Janot?
His name is Cliff, and he's like, oh, I'm just looking for the editor of this here paper. He and Fern have some flirty fun time. And then she and Kat head to the party at the Lingermore Estate, a place where prohibition doesn't exist. Grayson is there pulling all the strings and even has Phantom of the Opera playing at the party before it ever went anywhere else. What a guy. Colton shows up in the 70s and excited to see Alice. Where you been, pal? Evelyn takes them to see her new husband, Ash. Grayson tells the party that Kat is at that he's going to film a movie right there in Port Haven, and Fern is going to be the star of the movie. It's going to be Cassandra in the Lighthouse. It's going to be a beautiful story. She introduces Grayson to Kat. Ash is waxing poetic about poetry, ironically, and Evelyn is hanging on every word. He's a big traveler, not time traveler, but traveler, and doesn't understand why anybody would want to stay in Port Haven for very long. He and Colton get into a little bit of an argument, and Evan is like, okay, enough of that. Let's go to the mines.
Mines.
We're going to explore the tunnels. While Fern is singing a song, Kat sees Grayson talking to the Augustine boys, and they hand him what seems to be like a wad of cash that he puts in his pocket. Then he comes downstairs and proposes to Fern. She says yes. The gang in the 70s is in the tunnels. While down there, they find an old pair of glasses, and Alice finds a bullet shell. Kat warns Fern that Grayson might not be on the up and up because the Augustine brothers paid him for something. Fern is like, I'm sure it's nothing. Elliot and Dell are at a bar, and we find out that Jacob took a job at a bar in Toronto. This causes Dell to drink a lot because she's sad. In the 20s, the prohibition officers show up. So they quickly ditch their drinks and run. Colton can't handle this Ash guy in the 70s and goes to leave. Evelyn is hurt by this and runs to the study. Alice goes to check on her, and she tells Alice that she is pregnant. It's Ash's baby. On the way back home from the party, Cliff stops Kat and Fern. He says, well, you know what? I could fine you. I'm an officer of the law. I could fine you for this alcohol. And Fern is like, Kat doesn't have any money because she's a time traveler. He laughs and sends them on their way. That's a new one. Alice finds Colton and sings him a song and that she's been working on. And Colton's like, it's a nice song, but it wasn't from your heart. And Alice says that she's afraid to bare her soul in a song. Kat and Fern end up at the pond. Fern says, I think the pond brought you here to give you one heck of a good time. She asks her to keep her ear to the ground for a Tessa Augustine, or there's a chance it could have been she could have been using her maiden name, Tessa Cooper. And when Kat jumps in, we see Fern's face suddenly change now that she has that information. All right, so Kat comes back, tells Del about her time travel and her time with Fern. Del says that none of that matches what I know about Fern. The stuff that she had told Del is straight out of the movie that she's going to be in. So it seems like she told Del the plot of the movie was the plot of her real life. The episode ends with Del showing Elliot a picture that she had that was ripped, and says that it includes his mom, and says that she made a pact with Tessa, but some pacts have a shelf life. And that's when we see Alice and Colton back in the 70s finishing their hangout session with a motorbike drives by fast. They follow it, and when they get to the house, he says, that's my brother. And that, my friends, was The Way Home, Season 4, Episode 2, Blinded by the Light.
We did it.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back.
You did that justice, too. You didn't take any shortcuts. That was extensive. Really good job.
Thanks. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to...
Not sarcastic. That was really good.
I agree.
I'm sure I missed stuff and got stuff wrong.
I think I was not doing a bit.
No, I'm sure I did.
That was amazing.
I'm sure I did. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We will get to this episode, break it down here on Deck the Hallmark. Imagine how good that synopsis would have been if I had lunch. Or bad. Maybe it would have slowed me down.
Yeah, I don't know. That was as incredibly detailed for an episode. Like, maybe it's, I don't want to give my hot take away. Maybe it's because I had forgotten some of that stuff. Maybe that was it.
That's why we do this.
That's why we do this. But you were on.
Because it's possible that
you
some
were
forgot as
you
well.
were locked in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is time for the hot take, is where we share exactly how we felt about this episode. I'll start with you, Rye Guy. Rye Guy, episode 2, season 4.
You got a great opportunity here, Ryan.
Good time or a bit of a snore?
Oh, wow, Bren, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Again,
I haven't eaten. I have not had lunch.
Yeah. Maybe that's the ticket.
This episode is completely fine. It's largely coherent, plays up the threads of last week. I would also say it's decently, per Dan's point, forgettable. And it's still nearly impossible for me to buy into the stakes of what this season is asking me to do. I'm not really here to talk about this week's episode, though. A lot has happened in the last week since we have done this. And what Dan says at the end of every episode is not rubbish. The Double Deckers, the Facebook group is really the best corner of the internet. And unlike in previous jobs I've had in media, I very much look forward to reading the comments and everything after the fact here, because it's a relative safe space and I know things aren't going to get too kooky. So I've interacted with a lot of thoughts in the last week, and I've literally interacted with a lot of commenters. And I feel like there's a couple things that I want to touch on. First of which, that is ultimately, if you're still loving the show, I mean what I said last week. I want you to love it, and we're in a tough spot here. We're doing the best we can, but we're not here. Go ahead, Dan.
I was just going to say, just to echo your point, the beauty of the Facebook community on the Double Decker group is there are folks that are just adamantly not, that are big fans of our show, that are not watching these because it infuriates them. And there are others that are watching even though they strongly disagree. And the comments are all respectful. Like, it's crazy.
And helping me learn stuff and giving me good perspective, because I really am trying to keep a level head.
100%. And they're all, like, even when I disagree, super duper amazing group of people. And it's just crazy that you can actually have some sort of fruitful discussion in that regard on the internet these days. Back to you.
100%. So I want to be fair to us. Several people said that there are small details that we are missing, which I want to say is totally fair.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give you a reason, and I don't want it to sound like an excuse. I'm going to give you a reason why that's happening, at least for me. But on the point of that, just as a point of contention with us, it's totally fair. We have not been super sharp for seasons halfway, probably a few episodes in the season 2 when we were all, well, at least me and Dan and Brand was kind of like, no, I think it's still good. But like,
you thought it was still good.
We have not been sharp since the middle of season 2 onward, and my recall for season 2 and 3, and how season 2 and 3 specifically might impact things that we are seeing in these episodes is not good. I will tell you, though, the reason I think that has happened is because the show has lost my faith. And, people were bringing up, it was actually really cool over the last week. People were bringing up some of our more absurdist theories about
Colton's
like how
horse.
this, or about how like the old guy from the records.
Oh
could be
yeah, the
Jacob.
archives
And,
room was Jacob.
and we were so stupid. Like
Yeah.
those were so bad. But you know why we were doing that even a little bit into season 2 and possibly even early on to season 3? Because we still really cared, right? And like we wanted. The show had proven to us that they could do exciting and cool things, and we wanted cool and possibly really dumb but exciting things to happen. And whereas now, I said to someone, and I think you two will agree with this, I don't think we're probably going to do a lot of that these last 8 episodes from here on out, because they've lost our ability to kind of really dive in, no pun, on the possible exciting opportunities. I've lamented the Jacob thing all in all. Jacob wasn't, I'm going to keep trying to tie it to the episode. Jacob wasn't in this episode. Obviously, they mentioned him, and I saw
He's working in Toronto.
I saw a coming up this season preview before this episode that I didn't see last week. I know there was going to be an arc there. I don't think that they're just going to write Jacob out of the show. But I didn't miss his presence this week. I'm not really interested in what's going on in Toronto. And I've said this so much over the last 2 years. So
Like
I'm not
in
gonna keep
general, or
lamenting it.
just with him?
Like
You hate Toronto, or do you
You
just
hate the city of
no,
Toronto?
the 6 is really cool.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
I'm hip.
You are hip.
Yeah. But like, I think a lot of people agree with us that the 1800s decision was, it's definitely where they lost me, right? Like, and I know I've talked so much about that, so I'm not going to do it at length here, but it was just one of those, again, one of these episodes where I'm just like, oh man, like if they had just zigged and zagged on a few of these things, I think I could be a lot more in. And so it was reassuring to hear that some people agreed with us on that. I was reminded of, like I said, several of those opportunities, but where we were kind of having fun. Ultimately, though, when it comes to what this season is trying to pay off, I just don't have any faith that they're going to pay off anything of substance or interest to me. I saw several people talking about how Kat's birthday is wrong now. And like a show like this, you have to be attentive to the
You got to
details.
care that much. Yeah.
Right. Especially when they made us sit through all that math last week about when
2 years off.
Elliot,
it could be off. There's a
yeah, like so, and like that stuff that, again, admittedly, I'm not going to be picking up on because I'm not as invested as I used to be. But it just feels like time and again the logic and the plotting that a show like this takes is missing the mark or just not being paid enough attention to. There's not brand. I will say this episode was fine, like I said, but there's not enough interest for me to think that anything they will do over the next 7 weeks leading into the finale, the series finale, is going to have me like at the edge of my seat wondering what's going to happen. And that's a bummer, but I guess I just wanted to try to articulate some of the reasons as to why I am there now.
Sure. I think that's really fair. I think I don't think the three of us will ever be as excited about the show as we were in season 1. That would be a large ask for the show at this point because of how in we were in 1 and how far we are kind of removed from it. But I have gone into this season pretty open to whatever, and this is absolutely not on the level of season 1 from intrigue or even storytelling in my in my opinion. But I did like this episode. I really enjoyed the back and forth that we had. It was moving. We're moving. We are bouncing back every other scene from the 70s to the 20s, and both kind of on a similar course, but with different things going on that I assume are all going to, at some point, connect all of the dots that we have. So yeah, I there's still stuff like sometimes I feel dumb watching a show like this because I hear like the name Griffin and I'm like, and it's just like, should I know? Should I know? I don't know. I feel dumb for not remembering if I should know or not. But that's not this show thing. That'd be any show that is heavily reliant on like clues and stuff. It's never like, even when I watched Lost, I wasn't like, I didn't have a board that I was like connecting. It's just not the way that I'm wired when I watch TV. I just either want to be entertained and not bored.
The great shows are for most of us. Most of us don't have a cork board out, and the great shows allow you to watch in that
Sure,
capacity.
I would agree with that. And so that's like
That's how season 1 felt of this show.
Yeah,
by
and
the
so
way.
Correct.
there is I am at least intrigued at where this season is going. I have not been bored through these first 2 episodes, and I'm open to seeing where we go, but I don't believe that at the end of it, I'm going to be like, it was all worth it. The season 2, 3, and 4 have been worth it at the expense of season 1. Dan?
I guess real quick, Dan, before you start, I should just say, and I don't mean this as an insult, I'm just literally stating a point of fact. I would say the reason I crafted my hot take the way I did is because I was generally bored by this episode. And I don't mean that as an insult. It just didn't capture my interest.
Yeah. I here's what I'll say. Another version of the same thing you've heard already, but there's nothing outright wrong about this episode of television. I tuned out during brand synopsis because I found the repetition of the thing that I tuned out during
Must be nice.
boring. And I guys, and he did a great job of that synopsis, because when I popped back in, I was like, man, he really is saying
You really
things
did
I never
crush
got.
it, bud. Yeah.
Look, it's not, Dan Janot seems like a fun addition to the show. The 1920s is always a fun time travel place to go to. This is all well and good, and these characters and actors are more than capable. To make it make sense, because I know that there's a lot of pushback, and from people that I really truly respect and I appreciate as folks I've known for a long time. Here's what I did. I wrote down all the stuff I was excited about in season 1 or in the show. The rules of the pond, huge one. Where is Jacob, or what happened to Jacob? Does Dell know about the pond? Has she time traveled? How did Colton die? Did he know about the pond? Was he nefarious? This idea of not being able to change the past and generational trauma from the matriarchy, like from female to female. Will Kat reconcile with Dell? Will she treat her daughter differently? All of those things in season 1 were burning questions, and they were edge of your seat reveals, that's what I was hoping. And I think we would all agree on all of those. Those are all very big. I think we'd all agree that all of those have been answered.
Yes.
Yeah. And so what I have left on my board is Sam and KC, ? We didn't get enough KC. I think originally they thought that Casey was a child of Kat, and then they don't. And then, is Sam nefarious? It seems like he might be. And then Elliot's mom. Those are the things left. I don't know how, like in my brain, if this show is a pizza that you're supposed to enjoy, all that's left are crusts. I don't know how else to like. The most enjoyment I can get out of this is maybe there's a remnant on that crust of something that reminded me of the actual pizza. Like there's nothing left for me. And I'm trying. I'm not trying. And this is not, look, there were some actively bad moments where you were miserable in the 1800s, Brand. This is not true. That. I think that the 20s are like Fern and the movie and the lighthouse. There's nothing here, as we're supposed to be full steam ahead towards a series finale. There's nothing here that isn't kind of on the margins. And so it's boring, and it's tedious, and it's unfortunate, and it's not how I wanted things to end. And I would love for the last few episodes to change my tune. But while this episode marginally, I think, was better than the first one, it still had all of the same cardinal sins that the series has carried with it. And now we only have to unfold what's left, or create another big shocking reveal that I think they will struggle to backtrack to make sense. And so it's just kind of unfortunate and boring and disappointing. And I want to be respectful, but I also am not going to sit here and tell you that I like it when I don't, because it's not good.
It's time for all the feels. Rye Guy, anything give you feels?
To the point of the pizza, the remnants of the pizza, Papa Landry popped up for a quick snippet or two. And man, that dude's just a great actor.
Dude.
And again, to try to be fair to the critics and to myself, his stuff last season, although I thought wasn't always plotted great, the big moments with him last season, especially in that finale, I loved. And like the reveal when we realized that he was a time traveler last season, we saw him in the distance in the woods. I didn't think that ended up making a ton of sense
No,
how they did it, but
at all.
I remember even last season being like, whoa, that's a really cool moment. And I really like this
It's one of
character.
those things where it's kind of hard. You know, we did a Christmas Carol adaptation a few weeks ago that was really bad. And what I said during that podcast was it's hard to ruin the ending of a Christmas Carol. Like, it's hard to ruin Scrooge waking up and being a selfless giver and a compassionate individual that cares about the well-being of others. I think that works almost every time. The movie we watched actually screwed it up somehow. It's hard, even though it doesn't make sense, it's hard to mess up Colton getting 5 more minutes with Elliot or Colton getting to relive him. It's hard to mess that up. I mean, that's just human emotion. And I think that does work regardless. So I
5
agree.
more
That's
minutes.
the plans and that.
What's
that?
5
We're just
more
singing.
minutes. We're just singing.
Little Scotty McCreery.
No,
Country
oh,
song.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
your
it's okay.
harmony.
5
But
more
no, so
minutes.
that dude's great, and I'll do my best from here forth, literally from here forth, to not just keep lamenting what I used to like and what I don't think works. I'll try to just focus on the episodes. I'm just worried that me focusing on the episodes will be a very quick. Yeah, I didn't think it was very good.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll have to
Same.
reconcile that over the
Reckon
next
that.
week. Yeah, and figure out how to do better with that.
My
one.
kids,
reckon.
still will, I think, at least my youngest, when he, instead of saying, I recognize that, he'll say, I reckon that.
I reckon
and
that.
I love
Yeah,
that. And I
absolutely.
will not correct him because it's
No,
hilarious.
Absolutely not.
My feels is I will focus on something that I really like. I think that this actor playing the 1920s Fern is an absolute blast.
Mhm.
And I think she's giving a great performance. It's very fun. And every time that she's on the screen, it's very like, it has life. Maybe that's, the type of character she's playing. It's 1920s. It's a wild time. We're doing the Charleston.
Yeah, we are. Teach me how to
Teach me how to Charles.
Exactly
teach
right.
me how to Charleston.
But I think
Hello,
that
ladies,
she's
Charleston.
also
Teach me how to Charleston.
she's also very fun, and I think that that's helping a lot with my enjoyment and ability to pay attention because it's not like a boring character. She's fun and is doing something. Dan,
Similarly, I will say it's our boy Dan Janot. Dan Janot is in a 20s suit. He's got a mustache on. He's doing a full thing as a prohibition agent. More on that later, I promise. But he seems to be having a blast, and the dude has charisma for days. And so I'm not mad at all. The only thing I can hope is somehow he's Kat's new love interest and Kat and Elliot don't end up together. That would maybe save the series for me.
you know what? I did
But,
find Dell asking if they're gonna still get married
That's right.
because of time travel and an intriguing way out, setting up some
Dude,
doubts.
Kat-
I wouldn't get your hopes
It's the
up.
way, but we might find our way the home.
Kat
home,
Janot.
the way home.
Let's go. Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the wait what and the what.
Sink or swim.
Sink or swim.
Come on,
Here
Brand.
on
Sink or
Deck
swim.
the Hallmark. I'm sorry. Haven't had lunch.
None of us have. You and I have had the same. We both have had a protein
But
bar.
I read a lot.
Yeah.
So and you have to at least
Okay.
acknowledge like that.
But we both have had a protein bar.
but
You're
again,
the one that's bringing it up. But
the battery drains.
I had a protein bar
The
earlier than you had.
The synopsis was really long. And you could tune out. I couldn't.
That's true.
So I think that's
true.
important.
It's true.
You might have a little more gas in the tank.
Snickers should sponsor the show.
It's time for the way what. So we're talking about what in this
I buy a
episode.
Snickers and I'm like, season 4 is the best way home's ever been.
Right guy. Anyway, what's?
I only have 2, and not because I have to go soon. Fern.
That wasn't a peek behind the curtain. That was you ripping the curtain down and burning it.
It's funny. It's fine. We have time. I don't know what I'm gonna eat, but that's not a.
Did you
that's
have a
not
protein
problem.
bar?
No.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know. We have some leftover.
Man.
We have some leftover ground turkey, but that's not lunch.
Wow.
You know, like
Sure it is.
no, not by itself.
Not by itself.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
You don't know the portion size on
I
it.
know.
It's not a lot.
You're right.
You don't know the portion size, you dumb person.
Gosh, I hate myself.
Fern hiking her skirt up to hitchhike in the 20s. That's like very risque for Hallmark.
Yeah.
For
I
Hallmark,
couldn't
yeah,
believe
but
what I was-
for time period, very accurate.
Oh yeah, I just was like, I said, oh my,
Oh my! And then she
Scandal.
teaches Kat. It's just
yeah,
it's too much.
And then I might have said this last season, and maybe this is just me. I turned 36 the other day.
Happy
as we
birthday,
talked
man.
about. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It means a lot coming from you.
Yeah.
But how Alice can just have a middle of the day welcome back milkshake, like it's not gonna ruin her stomach for dinner and the rest of the night. Are you nuts? No lactate in sight.
Yeah.
I don't think lactate even existed in the 70s. Are
No.
you kidding me
know
right
who
now?
You know who else can do that, right, guy? Me.
Dude, you guys are nuts.
I can
I
just.
do have it, and I deal with the consequences.
That's right.
Dude, I had we split the brownie at birthday dinner the other night, and there was some caramel gelato on it, and like I didn't know if I'd be able to be here today.
Brand
and
I's favorite place to eat in Columbia, South Carolina. Sometimes we end the meal with they literally call it a softball size, but it's bigger, of caramel fried ice cream.
Oh yeah.
So it's deep fried, battered and fried, and it's the best.
I know I'm not going to be pleased later.
Yeah, and I'm fine. I
You
never
do this at like
we
lunch?
do it at lunch. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's at least 3 or 4 cups of ice cream. And we finished the whole thing. Caramel sauce, fried, batter,
Friendship.
And I literally don't even like it doesn't mess with my stomach at all.
I'm envious, man. Although maybe I'm not, because I feel like if I had that ability,
Yeah.
if I had that
look.
superpower,
I
would
used to
abuse
be
it.
100 pounds heavy. You know what I mean? Like I got.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing with house money here for like the next 10 years of your life.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
No kidding. No kidding.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
When Elliot is talking to Dell in the barn, she's asking him to like do something, fix something. He puts a screw in the middle of a piece of wood, and I, for the life of me, cannot tell you what the purpose of that screw is. There's not like something it's connecting. There's not like, it's not like a, hey, I'm going into this to go do that. And if I'm catching it as somebody who is as unhandy as I am, there's a problem. There's a problem. When what's his name? The guy in the 20s, Grayson, proposes to Fern. It's a green ring.
Green ring.
Yeah, and it's like, what is this guy? Oz or something?
Green Lantern over here.
What is he? Is he Oz? Is he Oz? No. Is he Oz?
Is he Oz?
Does he have a whole
Dude, what if
city
he's
made up?
Oz?
What is this guy?
What if
Oz
he's
or
Oz?
something?
Back if he's
Oz?
Oz.
Oh my god.
And what about the soil?
Oh man.
I wrote a wait for laugh in parentheses
Yeah,
there.
it's good. You got it, man.
And then I don't know. Like maybe lead with the maiden name thing, or like say it earlier, or
the fact that they wait till the end of
like
this
the
episode
fact that
to be
like
like,
right
oh, my
before
maiden
jumping
name.
in is like, oh, also she could go by Augustine. Chance she goes by maiden name Tessa Cooper.
Yeah.
Jumps in. Like it
And
just
you think that's going to make me go, oh my God? No, it's not. Yeah, exactly.
maybe wait.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
wait. Or maybe do it first. Maybe
Yeah.
right when you jump out, like I'm looking for a
Do
Tessa
it anyway,
Augustine.
other than you did it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm looking for Tessa Augustine. She could go by Tessa Cooper. It could go either way.
Could go
And
either
then
way.
when you're asking people around town, do the same thing. Give them all possible options.
Do the same
Give
thing.
them all possible options. Dana?
Yeah, I forgot. I watched this 2 days ago, and so I forgot who said this, but someone says she was a fan of T.S. Eliot, and someone else responds, the poet? No, the DoorDasher. Yes, the poet. The only one you can do this with is Michael Jordan because of Michael B. Jordan. You can't possibly be like, he was a fan of Shakespeare. The writer? No, it's a friend of mine, Gary Shakespeare. Huge fan. What
We
are
call
you
him
doing?
Shakes.
The actor?
The actor? She was a fan of T.S. Eliot. The poet. Get out of here.
The ball player?
She's a fan of Papa John. The pizza man. Guys, you can't do it. You can't do it. Hey, Fern's wearing her engagement ring on the wrong hand. We need to bring it up. It's a real wait what? Engagement rings, as far as I'm aware, maybe I'm wrong and can learn something, go on the left hand.
In the 20s, maybe they did. That's
She
looking
put
at
that,
ring
maybe,
plate.
what is he, Oz?
What is he? Oz. I don't care who says it. It's
right,
good.
Right, puts that bad boy on the right finger. And I do want to be clear. It's time for Dan's History Corner. Welcome on in, and you can leave anytime you want. The door's open.
I'm gonna eat my lunch.
Prohibition. Thank you guys. No, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Prohibition did not outlaw the drinking of alcohol. Like it didn't. Unless there was a specific city or local ordinance, you could not get in trouble for drinking alcohol. The 18th Amendment and the Volstead Act, which most people reference, that outlawed the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcohol. A prohibition agent couldn't see a woman drinking from a flask and go, fine or jail. That's not how that worked. A prohibition agent was cracking down on people who were transporting, selling, trading, or making booze. So the idea that there's a big twist that Dan Jeanotte's like, here's my badge, now you're in trouble, that's just not how that would work at all. And then lastly, Dan Jeanotte comes in the room and then leaves. This is in the trailer. And then she proceeds to complain about him to Kat and calls him a flat tire, like as he's boring. Right? Everybody remember this?
Yes.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Later,
This episode was a flat tire.
that's
am I
right. You said it. Later, at the end of I'm Gone, I don't know. Can you hear me, Rye Guy?
I got you.
Okay,
Can you not
great.
hear
Because
me?
I can't hear me. And
You
now-
just go ahead.
Okay.
there
Later in the episode, he drives up and she looks at him and goes, well, if it isn't Mr. Flat Tire. And that's not something he's aware of. So like, it would be like if Raga, you and I on the side were like, what is brand Oz? Like, but we didn't say anything to him. Can you imagine? Right? like the two of us had our own powwow. And then Brand walked in the room later and we went, oh, if it isn't Mr. Oz, you can't do it.
And I would say, Dr. Oz to you.
That's right. He doesn't know. You called him that behind his back. Now you're saying it to his face like he was a part of that conversation. That's not how that would go. That's all I got.
It's time for Sink or Swim. Right guy.
There's the torn up picture, right? At the
Yeah.
end of the episode.
Yeah.
And
With
the
Griffin?
person, so not the person they tear out, the person closest to the tear. I thought it was Jax for a second. And I was like, oh my
Dude,
God,
what-
I'm gonna have to start speaking positively
Yeah,
about
it's going to be
this show.
tough.
And so it wasn't her, so I'm swimming that, but then I'm sinking that it wasn't her because I was really excited at the
Of
prospect
course.
of it
Yeah.
being her.
Yeah.
So,
So let's
that
look
was,
at- let's look
yeah,
at
a
some
lot
of
was
this
happening
on-
there.
You got it on the screen for us.
Yeah, I got this on for us.
If like maybe it was just like the shading on my like maybe like the color contrast on my picture, but I thought it looked like her.
It does look like
All
Jax
right,
a
I
little
can
bit.
see that.
I could see
Yeah.
it for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How about that?
Cool.
It could
Yeah,
have been.
it's not her, though.
You guys
Yeah.
swing and a miss. Hallmark. Could have been Jax.
Just do it already.
Yeah.
do
Hire her.
Nike, bro.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I am swimming. I forgot about the segment. I'll be honest with you.
You're about to have lunch. You're
I'm
swimming.
swimming that I'm about to have lunch. I'm sinking that we did not get any salmon this episode. And is that his name? Sam?
Salmon or Sam?
Salmon is what I thought you
Sam.
said. I thought you were talking about the fish.
Sam.
I was like, are salmon normally appearing at the
We did
lobster
not-
social?
We did not.
Hey,
Hey, it's
salmon
a salmon.
I didn't know that you were
I
invited
need
to the
water. I
social.
need water.
Yeah, we did
What's
not
going
get.
on at the salmon
It's
extravaganza down the
upstream
street?
all day. You know what I mean?
We're very social here.
Same
salmon.
stream, different day, same day, different.
Sam was the guy I thought could be a horse.
Yeah, no, Colton was horse.
Colton was horse,
But
and
Sam-
the soil was magic.
Sam
was
Sam
never
might be
nude.
nefarious, but probably not.
Yeah, we didn't get any Sam,
We
and
didn't get any. No.
So,
So
you know.
Sam is interesting, and what is
KC?
their name? KC.
KC.
Yeah.
Where's KC?
KC.
KC hasn't even been in the
No.
previously on.
With the
No.
Sunshine Band, from what I understand.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's no chance, like KC, the way that KC ended their
That was it.
arc at the end of 3, that could be it. So I don't know.
Or they're just going to save it for the finale. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Doesn't really. It was such a
Do
peripheral.
you know where KC is?
Has anybody seen KC?
She's swimming down the
A
street.
bear! A bear!
Are
That was
these-
bear getting a salmon, guys?
Oh, so those are that's
The
lobster.
bear, yeah, the salmon was talking to the lobster.
And that's the lobster.
A bear is a salmon's mortal
Sometimes
enemy.
you guys are on
Yeah.
another
We
level,
are.
and I can't even.
What
get
is he,
there.
Oz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys washed off?
Yeah, my real swim is that Oz joke. That was a ripper.
That was a ripper.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait for
swimming.
applause.
I'm swimming that I also get to have lunch. I'm also swimming the Oz joke, and I'm swimming Rye
be
Guy
nice.
being done in time for his. For what
No,
needs to
it'll be
done
fine. I
time.
just don't know what I'm gonna eat. Like,
I'm
well,
thinking. Listen, win cause art is fun because we know it's bad. Even on the good days, we know it's bad. I'm thinking just us having to do this. I mean,
real quick. What should I do next week? Like, if I think the episode is as uninteresting
I
as I
say
did
you just
next
keep
week,
it to that. You just say, hey, another said the same for me. Double. It was uninteresting again. It's boring. It's not.
Listen,
I don't want people to think I'm phoning
if
this
you
in.
want, if
No.
you want out, You can, give us one
No,
more.
I want to keep going. Honestly, even easier if my hot take, if I don't have to formulate one. Like, I want in. I want to be very careful here, but it's tough.
It is hard.
I find this difficult.
Yeah.
Well, we did it, everybody. Congratulations to us. We give you permission to eat lunch wherever it is and whatever
Good for
time
you.
it
Take
is
the
for
day
you.
off.
You go eat your lunch. Until then, next time, may we first wish you a
Merry Christmas next time. Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray and that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on the show, go to deckthehallmark.com. Follow us on the socials at Deck the Hallmark. Leave us a rating and review, 5 stars if you please, on Apple Podcasts. Head on over to the best corner of the internet where people hate our way home takes. It's a Facebook community. It's a live video watch along. It's movie chats. It's so much more, and ad-free podcasting as well. That's BrambleJamPlus.com. If you'd like for us to teach you how to Charleston, stay tuned.
Nice.